Gemma killed my Eddie. A son for a son. Sounds about right, laddie.
Woo, welcome back, guys. Following Entertainment. A son for a son. That's not necessarily.
That's Clay letting him know he's in Stranraer.
But that's not necessarily true. Edmund Hayes, or not Edmund Hayes. Edmund Hayes is a shit one. Cammy Hayes tells Tara a son for a son, but I mean, technically, he kind of does like a 2-for-1 special here because he kills Halfsack, who is a son's member, and then he steals Abel, who is obviously the son of Jax Taylor. So, was it really a son for a son? Was it really an eye for an eye, or did Cammy Hayes there, fella, did he get a little bit greedy?
It was buy one, get two free. Or kill your own son.
Sell one and get two free.
I sell one, get two free. But I mean, his son's died, man. He's been dealt a shit hand. Did he go far enough?
Well, he thinks. What do you mean far enough? I mean, it's not Halfsack's fault, is it? Or Abel's fault? I mean, fuck you.
Yeah, wait, actually, I don't know if I could ever milk this into a theory, right? But I'd try. What actually would have happened? Do you think he would have slit Abel's throat?
Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it. So, obviously, Cammy is on the radio. He finds out that his son has been killed by, I believe, Gemma Taylor.
Because Stahl plants that lie.
So I mean, Stahl plants a lot of lies that gets a lot of people killed.
Yeah, that's why Halfsack's dead.
Halfsack's dead. That's why Dawn is dead. But yeah, so Stahl plants that lie. Cammy Hayes isn't having it. He's not taking this lying down. He's true IRA, brother. He's not going to just accept defeat. So
he's not his son. If this was his son finding out that his dad was dead, his earth probably would have collapsed.
Yeah, he would have just jumped on the boat with Abel and sailed back to Ireland. But yeah, so
I grew up in County Armagh, lads.
Cammy Hayes goes to Jackson Taylor's house. I'm surprised he knew. Well, he followed Halfsack. I guess that's why.
I just didn't whip out the yellow pages. Like
that's true. So he comes in and he holds Tara and Halfsack at gunpoint. Then he hears the baby crying, Abel's crying, so he goes and he brings in Abel, or Abel's like already sitting there like a pusher, so he hears Abel crying, that attracts his attention, that draws his attention.
Pedo.
He then gets a knife, kitchen knife, and goes, son for a son.
That's a knife.
He puts the knife up to baby Abel's throat. Halfsack is like getting a little bit jumpy, he's like, Hey fella, you watch it there. You sit your ass in that kitchen chair.
Don't get brave, boyo.
But unfortunately for Halfsack, he does get brave. Well, he has to. I mean, it looks like Cammy Hayes is legit going to slit
Here, let's be real, right? Say he kills Abel, is Halfsack getting fucking patched in?
Probably not.
See the way at his funeral he gets the full patch? He get fucking hee-haw. He would get the Bin Laden treatment.
Well, he deserves patched in because Halfsack attempts to get up and, I guess, disarm Cammy Hayes, but unfortunately, Hayes plunges the knife into Halfsack, and Halfsack's like, oh. And then Cammy Hayes decides just to basically take the knife from, like, his midsection and just, like, slowly drag the knife up his body, just, like, slicing him in half, I'm sure, destroying his insides, cutting him open. Tara, like, jumps up and, like, comes right beside them, and she's, like, kind of, like, screaming, half screaming, almost about to drop to the deck, but kind of, in shock kind of thing, while Cammy Hayes basically just is essentially slicing and dicing.
If you actually think of it, right, this is probably one of the more brutal deaths in the show.
It is.
But you don't actually, if you break it down, it is.
He's slicing and dicing poor Halfsack. I mean, he's literally cutting him in half here with a knife. And then it's like, Tara, could she have done anything? And after that, Halfsack drops to the floor dead, and Cammy Hayes decides to just tie Tara up and take off with the baby. And then as you get to the end of the episode, you find out that obviously he manages to escape. Sons can't catch him. He's on a boat. Where does that boat go? Vancouver, Belfast, Stranraer? I don't know. Did he have Sam Bell waiting for him in Stranraer? We don't know. But what we do know is here, Halfsack attempted to try and save Abel, whereas Tara did not. We see in season 3 when Gemma finds out the news, she is, let's be honest, she's not happy with Tara. She kind of holds Tara a bit responsible. Now, Jax doesn't think that's fair. It's like, what could she do? But at the end of the day, what could Halfsack do? The guy had a gun and a knife. Half sack had absolutely nothing.
He hollowed his mitts.
He'd half a sack. He'd one ball, but that was one ball more than Tara had. So the big question of this video.
Why didn't you get brave, Tara?
I tell you what, I believe that's what this video's about. I hope it is.
That's what it is.
And I've just set up the big question for absolutely nothing.
What's the big question? Go for
The
it.
big question is: did Tara do enough to save Abel?
No. So until next time.
Wait, is it not a question?
It's the question.
All right, well, good. Right, did Tara do enough? Well, have to answer. What do you mean, no?
Yeah, I was joking.
Right, good.
Bit
Go.
of banter. Well, in my opinion, no, I don't think she did do enough. But again, I talked about it in the review. I'll talk about it again. It's shock. She's not a seasoned veteran when it comes to violence. She's not an ECW original, is she?
I know, but I mean, don't they say like mothers sometimes when their sons or daughters are getting crushed under cars, they find superhuman strength to like lift 10,000 pounds of weight? Have you not heard that myth?
I do get the gimmick of that, but I think there's a difference between a car crash and an IRA guy with a gun and a knife.
Well, I stand by my point. Could she not have done more? Well, she definitely could have done more. I'm not saying she could have successfully rescued Abel and stopped Cammy Hayes, but she could have tried, and she didn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, see the way...
Especially when Cammy Hayes is like dissecting Half Sack, that was an opportunity where his guard was down and he was preoccupied. I mean, Tara, I think the shite bag thing would have been to like grab Abel and run, but I mean, she could have even had tried to, attack Cammy Hayes while he was distracted. Surely she could have picked up, another kitchen knife. There was more than one, I believe. Could have picked up a kettle or a toaster or, something heavy.
The
Or
entire crib Abel's in and crush his skull.
she could have done something,
And she didn't. She bottled it.
She did bottle it. So, I mean, that's my opinion. I know she's a woman or whatever, but, if we'll talk about equal rights, then she should have put up more of a fight to save Abel.
That's what's funny, though. See if this was Adelita. She probably would have threw Half Sack out the road and killed him single-handedly.
She probably would have threw a kitchen knife from across the table and it would have went right into his forehead.
Knife.
But yeah, no, Gemma
MW2 ending style.
Gemma suggests in season 3 that if it was actually her son, she would have done more. And Tara thinks this is hurtful, but I don't know.
You say that?
I think looking back, I think Gemma's got a point.
Yeah, I think Gemma's got a point.
If this is Tara's actual, or maybe even if this is Abel in later seasons, because we see how close Tara gets to Abel. But obviously, by the time she's trying to get away from Jax and she's trying to take the kids away, it's not like she only wants to take Thomas and she's like, nah, here, you can have Abel.
Aye.
I think by season 5, 6, it's like Abel's essentially Tara's own.
It's a double deal.
But like at this stage of the show, it's like, yeah, she's with Jax and yeah, she helped bring Abel into this world and save him, blah, blah, blah. But it's not, I don't think the connection's quite there.
Nope.
So again, I mean, if this is Thomas, I've got to believe that she does a little bit more.
What more could she have done?
Well, she didn't do anything.
That's it, though.
So you're saying what more did she done? As if, she tried. She didn't try anything. She just basically sat there and screamed while Half Sack was dying. Like I said, she could have tried to grab Abel while Half Sack was getting killed. She could have tried to attack Cammy Hayes while he was preoccupied killing Half Sack. She could have tried a lot of things.
Do you think this was poor writing, or do you think they just went down this route?
I honestly believe this is probably more like of a realistic. I believe this is back before feminism really took over and, women were actually allowed to act like women. I believe I do think a majority of women wouldn't really attack a guy or try and attack a guy from where it's got wielding a knife and a gun.
Because know what the thing is, right?
Well,
see the fact he stabbed Half Sack, that proves he's willing to go there.
Well, the thing is, Half Sack's a member of the club. He knows he's willing to die, you know what I mean? He knows about this life. Gemma's a fucking doctor that...
Tara's a doctor.
Tara's a doctor. She might have a tattoo on her back, but is she really about this life?
No.
So, I mean...
As soon as she gets in, she wants it.
Aye.
And Half Sack's checked out, Abel's checked out, he's checked into the Cammy Hayes Hotel, brother. The Airbnb that Cammy Hayes runs in his wee shite dundered in car. But, I mean, could you not attempted to fight him back when she was getting tied up? We weren't privy to those scenes.
Nah, those were behind the scenes.
And Hale fucking adjusts his trousers like he's the Rock. I don't know. There's always something about that scene that gets a fucking chuckle out of me. He doesn't. He thinks
that's a short until like.
So he thinks. I mean, if Captain America was ever explainable in one fucking instance, it was the fix of the trousers.
What would have happened if he sat there without fixing his trousers?
Fucking. See, every time I rewatch the show, which is about 20 million, it's for that fucking scene alone. When he fixes it, he knows he's going to die in the next episode. He's like, you know what? I'm going out with a bang. So he lifts his trousers up by an inch. That's pretty much it.
Anyway, I don't think Tara done enough.
What would Hale have done if he was there? He's like, what are you doing? He's got the knife about 9 inches deep into his fucking stomach.
I gotta call this one in.
My rank still outranks you, boyo. Fuck off.
Oh god, right. I don't think Tara done enough to save Abel or Hassack for that matter.
No. Does she give a fuck about Half-Sack's deed?
Alright. I can't speak for everybody, but there's no way Gemma does what Tara does here. Never in a million years.
You know what? I think Gemma against Cammy Hayes in a fucking one-on-one fist fight, she would fucking do a pretty big bit of damage.
Probably would.
She battered Clay until Clay actually
brought out the heavy artillery.
he
the broken down fists.
he lowered the fucking difficulty.
What's hardcore? Nah, I prefer playing on easy.
Assistant mode, and he's fucking hitting the back.
Assistant aiming.
Fucking mitts.
Oh god, right. That's it. That's where we're going to end it. Tara didn't do enough. Sorry, Tara, but you fucked up.
Your job, do it, mate. You're fucking Mr. Mayhem. Good night.
Mr. Mayhem for Tara.
Good night. 2 on.